Alright, welcome back everybody. As promised, trying to get some more work done on that left wing. So this entire video is just left wing tie down. Same as the right wing tie down, but hopefully I got some different angles and views of this one, so maybe it'll be useful to somebody. But either way, I'm going to still document this entire build, even if it is duplicating what I already did on the right wing. So right now I'm making the spacers out of some 1.25" stock there. And yeah, they were getting really hot to hold on to. Lots of different camera angles in the beginning of this. There's the giant unibit making that big 1-inch hole. And those holes are just lightning holes because those are big, thick, chunky pieces of metal and don't need all of that excess there, so. There they are, prepped and ready to go. So now I'm making the marks for the locating hole for the tie down. The plans give you specific locations for that one hole in the upper right corner there. Measure it out, mark it, drill it, and then that's gonna be my locating for the rest of it. Alright, so what you missed there is got the locating hole drilled, got the spacers installed underneath it, and everything clamped together where it needed to go. And now I'm using the rib as a guide to drill out the rest of the holes. And you gotta be as careful as you can with this to make sure that you're going perfectly straight with that drill, because those really thick pieces of aluminum can really make it a pain to get the bolts in later if you get the holes slightly angled. Now I'm using my little nut plate template tool. I really love that thing, to mark out and drill where the mounting holes for the nut plates are going to go. Now, the rivets that hold the nut plates in pass through that tie down block, but they actually are, the head of the rivet goes through those big thick spacers, which makes them very long, skinny 426 rivets. In fact, I think they're the longest ones I've used yet. They're like 3-7s or something like that. Anyhow, I'm just marking where the rest of those holes go in the template, or in the spacers, so I can get those drilled out. And now I'm clecoing those together so I can get those spacers riveted on with the nut plates. And I guess the idea here is if you ever need to replace the tie down or the tie down assembly, you can just unbolt it from the wing and rebuild it as an assembly and replace it. So, all riveted together, test fitting it, making sure all the holes still line up. And just like I did on the other side, I made some, I can't remember what the thickness is, but I made some extra shims just because that bar stock shim does not actually fit between the bars and the web. So I didn't want that space pulling on the web. So there's some thinner shims in there as well. Now you see me just drilling and tapping. Should have probably done that before I painted it, because it scraped some of the paint off in the vise, even though I was using the soft jaws, but that's okay. that that's done, I'm getting it all final bolted up. And promptly forgetting that those 4 inside bolts are meant to hold on the aileron bell crank brackets. But I figure it out here pretty soon. There's 8 bolts in total. There's 2 that go through the spar bars. And yeah, you see me digging them out now. And those get held on, which is nuts. So I'm going to get those loosely installed, and then I'll take the 4 inside ones that go through the nut plates off so I can install the aileron bell crank brackets, which are the remaining ones that I have from that kit that I bought. So these are the ball bearing brackets. There you see me getting them out. Again, I don't know how much of a difference the ball bearings make over the bushings that come with the steel brackets, but these seem more stout, being machined aluminum than a small steel flange, but we'll see. And who doesn't like red anodizing? Anyhow, getting them all tightened down and getting them torqued. Had to figure out what the drag torque was so I could add that to my regular torque. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty easy. Took I don't know, maybe a hour and a half of time total between everything, spread out throughout the day, just getting stuff done. But that completes the rest of the prep work for the spar. I can put this back up on the shelf, dig out the ribs, and start getting this thing ready to start looking like a wing skeleton. Little torque seal. I'm sure I'll probably have to pull that off for some reason later, but at least I'll remember I torqued it now. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll have a few closing pictures here for you to look at, and I will see you all in the next one.